Hello and welcome to yet another episode in the YouTube series of Empowering Experts by Rotary Club of Nagpur North. I, Rotary Jyoti Kriplani, take the privilege to present before you a dynamic personality, Mrs. Monica Bhagwagar. She is a multifaceted, multi-passionate entrepreneur, an accomplished artist, and above all, a beautiful woman inside out. Professionally, she is the founder and owner of Paper Age. So, Paper Age is a company that produces and sells a wide variety of artistic products, all created from organically sourced handmade paper. In her formative years, Monica says that she shuffled between 14 different schools and colleges to complete her education simply because of the transferable job of her father. But then she believes that her multifaceted personality is the result of all this exposure to a variety of culture in her early age. She's a recipient of many awards, including the very prestigious Femina Power Woman of the Year award, as well as the title of Power Woman by Navbharat Times. So, welcome, ma'am, to this talk show, and it's indeed my honor to be with you today. I would like to start from your starting. I would like to know how Paper Age was born.
Right. First of all, thank you very much, and thanks to your club for thinking of me. I'm deeply grateful that you have reached out to me. It's always a pleasure to talk to new people. I love people, so it's lovely to meet you. So thank you for thinking of me, and of course, thanks to Jyoti as well, because I know she must have recommended my name, right?
Yeah.
So Paper Age is 26 years old, and Paper Age was born when my daughter was born.
Oh.
Having said that, it was the previous job was with Apple Industries Limited. That was called Aptec. And when my daughter was born, she was the second child, and I couldn't travel or give regular hours to a job. So therefore, I thought I'd do something of my own, which gives me time to look after the children and the house. So I was shown handmade paper. I was shown printing. And I absolutely immediately fell in love with handmade paper.
Oh.
Because when I was in Aptec, I was telling people that stop the use of paper, get onto information highway, start using computers. So this was the total opposite of that. So therefore I said that we'll bring back the rage of paper, we'll bring back the age of paper. So that's how Paper Age was born, out of sheer necessity. I have no background whatsoever, no technical knowledge of printing, nothing at all. This was not my line, and I just fell into it, and just over a period of time learned. I'm still learning.
Oh, that's so nice. But if you're saying it's 26 years old, so way back, I'm sure all this the advanced techniques were not available at that time. So you might have faced, and to introduce such a unique concept in the society, you might have faced many challenges.
Yes. This is very interesting. So first of all, I work with screen printing, which is the age-old traditional art of printing with the hand. Okay. And we have just about gone into digital printing and a little bit of offset printing, but primarily we work with screen printing. We want to keep the art alive. It's a fast dying art. As you know, all old things go out of fashion very soon. So there were challenges plenty. Because I didn't know much about this, it was like a self-learn. But because my husband is into creative line himself, I would travel a lot with him to the foreign fairs. I would be agog seeing the Thailand paper, the German paper, and I would keep looking at that and I would say that, hey, this is an Indian art as well. It was a Gandhian concept. You know that we have the leper colony, which used to make the handmade paper at the Gandhi ashram. So that's how I said, I'm going to bring this paper in a big way to Nagpur, and I will work with it. Challenges were plenty because people would say that we first give a shagun and then we pay you extra money for the envelope. Ye to bahut zyada ho gaya hai. We put an expensive gift and buy an expensive bag from you. No. But over a period of time, I would for this give full credit to my friends who were deeply encouraging to me, and I'm very, very grateful to them. So because they were encouraging, they kept giving me orders. So for the gift bags, for the shagun lifafas, for the gift tags and the gift wraps, and slowly the cycle continued. And one thing led to the other, and the business started to grow. So it became like it began as a style statement. The hip and happening ladies of Nagpur started to order. Shortly, it went all over India. So we were doing, if I was doing say 20 orders in Nagpur, I was doing 40 pan India from outside. So from being a style statement, eventually it became a necessity. And it was a thrill. So I'm very grateful to my friends and to my clients who have given their continual patronage to Paper Age. It has been a very difficult journey, but a very, very successful one and an extremely satisfying one.
And above all, I can see your hard work and passion also.
Yeah, I love it. I love my work. I love my work. And that's why when I give lectures, I always say, if you love your work, it's not work anymore.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
That's so true.
Yeah.
But till date, today also, are you facing any challenges?
No.
Now things have rather settled down.
The only challenge is that to keep this company going, and I'm very proud to say that we sustained it through COVID.
Okay.
I did not lay off any of my workers, not that I have too many, but I did not lay off any of them. I did not hold back their salaries, and we worked. So there were not, I wouldn't say that there aren't any challenges, but yes, to keep the company going continuously is a challenge. A, B, a lot of other companies, small ones, have come around. They've mushroomed here and there, and they're eating up into the market pie.
Mm-hmm.
So the work has become little, maybe less compared to that massive boom I used to have earlier. And also, the staff has been with me for almost 20 years, 25 years. I've seen them grow up from little boys and got married. Little girls got married, have children of them. So the demand for sarees have gone up a lot. If the sarees have gone up, then I need to work more hard to earn more money so that I can look after my staff more better. But yeah, it's been a good journey. It's been a good tenure, and besides that aspect, I don't have any other challenges. I think I've overcome all of them.
But this also gives us a sense of fulfillment.
Absolutely. Every time a new design is conceived, a new design goes out, it's an absolute thrill. Like घर में एक नया बच्चा आता है ना, ये वैसा लगता है. So I love it.
Okay, that's so nice. But then, if anybody wants to choose this as a career, what advice, what suggestions, what qualities they should possess? What's your take on that?
This printing business?
Yeah, overall, the work you do.
If somebody has a printing knowledge, it'll help a lot. Because I took time to learn how this whole thing looks. Primarily, one should have some creative bent of mind. If you don't have that, it'll be a challenge. You'll just become an ordinary random. With my business, I've kept it small. It's a boutique business. And we work hard on designing. I'm with Nagpur, is a small city. If I'm working with some friends or some clients in Nagpur, the designs can't be the same for them. So I have to keep redesigning. So if somebody who wants to pick this up, they should have definitely a creative bent of mind. Definitely, yes. A, and B must have a very sound knowledge of accounts.
Okay.
Because that is my complete.
But we can anytime hire people for that.
Yeah, doing this. So, and the person should be. Printing is a very time-taking profession, I would say, because अगर एक गलत छप गया तो सारा गलत छप जाता है. So you have to be very, very cautious. So the person who wants to take this up must have time as well, and you don't want to be a random printer. You want to be a good designer printer. So I would say a good amount of money to put in first. Have some knowledge of printing, so you'll have a little, ahead of others, and of course, be very, very creative and be patient. नागपुर मैंने ये देखा है, मैं हर जगह बोलती हूँ, सब लोगों को बोलती हूँ कि the women in Nagpur do not think beyond their noses. They just, they want to do a work and they want instant profit, instant gratification. That doesn't work. You have to have the various P's: passion, perseverance, patience. So stuff like that.
Okay, that's so wonderful. Now, looking at another aspect of Monika's personality, you are involved in many social activities. You are attached and you are very active in many social groups. V7, then
Rotary,
yeah. So, what exactly is your area of focus there?
Like I said to you earlier, I love people, and my kids have grown up and left the nest, so I have a lot of time on my hands. This particular thing is now moving at its own pace, so that's I have a little more time. And Prabha Khaitan Foundation is something which I absolutely love being a part of because, as I said, I love people. It's giving me an opportunity to meet fantastic people pan-India, fantastic performing arts and artists and authors from all over, and I absolutely love being amongst them. Because staying in Nagpur, it's a big drawback. You don't get too many people here to be able to, you want to meet up with them. And so Prabha Khaitan gives you that huge platform, and a very prestigious one, and a very, very well-known one, I would say. As regards Rotary, I'm sorry to say, but from last couple of years, I have not been a very active Rotary and. But isse pehle, I was a very, very active Rotary and in terms of mostly the socials and a little bit of work and all that. We, Seven Care Foundation, was born again out of necessity because during COVID, I did step out of my house a lot. NMC had given us two places. One was the Tuli catering, that college in that area, and the government polytechnic college in Sadar. So we had hundreds of migrants who were coming and stay there. So it was our job to take care of them, their khana, pina, kapra, medicines, entertainment. So we were doing a lot of that. So because I took the step out, I got sort of pulled up for doing this because they said you shouldn't be stepping out during COVID times because you have an old mother in the house and a young children, so you shouldn't be stepping out. You're bringing back infections, and never mind. Somebody has to do some work. So one of the founder members was told that why don't you register yourself on an NGO because then it is easier for us to work with you. And that's how we Seven Care Foundation was born. So, for example, like last month again, under the same banner of your club, we donated about 2,000 bottles of germ repellent in the mouth.
Right.
So we did that also. So now people are approaching us that we would like your help to do this. Apparently, Vishnu Kirasoi is having a huge show day after tomorrow where he is going to do a world record of making 6,000 kgs of chura. And we were approached that why don't you be part of it? So make it for all the buyers of the house who are not well off.
Like you people are donating.
I'm going to give yes. So we are here for you. If you need something from us, please get in touch. We'd love to be there. Also, like just now, Khusru Kocha had also taken care of a lot of these students who had come from. Similarly, during the COVID time, the students had come to write the exams. So उस वक्त क्योंकि खाने के लिए भी कुछ नहीं था. So we quickly raised the money, made the food. We were there physically, look after them. It gives you some perception that there is more to life than just doing what you're doing. When you step out of your comfort zone, you realize that there's so much happening out in the world that needs you. Because all this, I'll be 57 this October, I'm not that very young. So I would say that all this while, I have been taking it from the society. Now it's my turn to give back. Whatever little I can give. No, I'm not a big philanthropist, I'm not. So छोटा बहुत कर सकते हैं, करेंगे. I make a lot of noise. A lot of people say that, oh, why do you do? Because I want people to know, I want more people to get associated with me. I remember when Khusru Kocha approached me for the Seva Kitchen in Nigel Pitara, I told my friends, today I'm in the backseat and they have taken up both the projects so well and they're doing a fantastic job for him, which is amazing. So that's how we work.
Yeah, at times you have to make noise so that people
people
come
can hear.
and they
Yes,
come.
yes.
So that's not a selfish thing, I think.
Yeah, I have my own fundas, I'm very clear.
But what advice would you give? Like, should today's generation come into social service or not?
I think there's no question of giving advice. It's mandatory. They should. They must. Because today's youngsters, if you see your own children, you realize they are far more sensitive than what we were when we were their age.
True.
Because of the social media exposure and they read a lot, there's quite a bit that they know what's happening, and definitely the youngsters must get involved. Must. I'm glad to say, the simple things like there's a young girl called Gargi. She's into dog scare. Okay. She looks after stray animals, dogs on the streets. A lot of youngsters are part of it. Koi puppy ghum gaya, koi dog ka accident ho gaya, he's got injured, to raise funds for his operation. That post, yeah. Adoption of good homes to adopt puppies and stuff like that. There are youngsters who are doing this, which is so heartening, which is so nice to see that. So therefore, I would recommend all my viewers that please encourage our children to go out there and do that little extra bit where they can do. It adds to your personality, it adds to your sensitivity. Today's youngster is far more evolved than what we are. That is a fact. and therefore they should use their intelligence to get out there,
So being a professional, being a social worker, and at the same time managing a family,
Oh God.
how easy or difficult it's for you to balance all the things?
So the kids are grown up now and they've left home. My kids left home for boarding school after their 7th standard.
Long time.
And I have some few unhappy memories of my daughter saying that you're never around during Diwali time because you've been working a lot, many late hours, and they would come home for holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been certain compromises, and I do not know if I have upset them when they were growing up, but I'm sure when they're now mature adults themselves and on the brink of a future married life, I guess they understand where I was coming from. I was struggling to get this company going. Now it's not so difficult because it's just me and my husband. There's nobody else in the house, which is very, very, very sad. But it's difficult sometimes because as an Indian woman, at the end of the day, if something is wrong in the house, the men don't spare a minute to lash out at you. Ye aisa ganda kyun hai? Ye aisa kyun nahi hua hai? So, but yeah, I manage. I'm also very lucky because my work area is very, very close to my home. So I keep going up and down. I have a very good staff. Again, if you have a good staff, it also helps.
It's a big asset.
Yeah, it really helps, and I'm also very grateful to them. My God, I may be shouting and screaming to them, but at the end of the day, I'm really grateful to them.
That's so nice. So in the end, what advice would you give to today's generation overall? Like,
I would just say get out of your comfort zone, especially the children in Nagpur, the youngsters in Nagpur who are going through their life with no direction. There's so much happening out in the world today. There's so much happening. Life is just more than, when you're young, have fun. That's also very important. Go out, have fun. But involve yourself in other associations. Like you rightly said, I'm not saying I'm some prima donna or some fabulous lady. I'm not. But as you said, that 14 schools and colleges, different cultures, different associations really help me to make myself what I am today. Children in Nagpur who are born and brought up here do not have that exposure that I would say I have had. But because you're traveling so much, reading so much, the youngsters, they must do much more than just what they're doing. Get involved in other associations, get involved in something more that is towards the society. They can do it because they are so tech savvy, man. With their one click of the button, they can do much more. So I think they should do much more than what they're doing. Yeah.
So this brings us to the end of the interview.
That's a shame. I was enjoying listening to you and talking to you also. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a real pleasure talking to you.
Same here. Thank you so much.
Lots to learn from you and
hardly
your energy, of course.
One thing I want to say. Yeah, before we forgot, I didn't tell you that I believe a lot into organ donation.
Oh.
So the youngsters can do that. They can understand what that is. They can teach their parents what that is. They can talk to their friends about it because I generally believe that organ donation is a real good thing. It's really a good thing. I had told my father that I will pledge his body, okay? But sadly my father passed away in very unfortunate circumstances where his body could not be given, but I still gave his eyes. And both my in-laws also I couldn't do because they both passed away due to cancer. So you can't really give cancer in bodies, right, for research. But yes, I did give their eyes. My husband took the decision and we gave the eyes. But I want the youngsters to take this upon themselves. Talk about it. हमारे जो घर में जो बड़े हैं ना, उनमें ये दिमाग में ये रहता है कि oh my God, ये तो हमारा जो अगला जन्म है वो ठीक नहीं होगा. हम जब जा रहे हैं ऊपर तो हमारा ये नहीं है वो नहीं तो कैसे होगा. नहीं. Please let the youngsters educate the elders of the home. Talk to them. I did speak to my father. It was an emotional issue, but then he took it very nicely. And of course we could do it as you know the reason now, but let the youngsters get out there and speak, understand what is organ donation and do it. I have registered my body, by the way.
So that's so nice. So I think this is a major takeaway.
Yes, that is my advice to youngsters, that please try and take this forward.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And to end with, I would like to thank our Director Vocational Services, Vikas Manglani, and our President, Jyoti Kriplani, for giving me this opportunity and showing the confidence in me. So, myself, Jyoti Kriplani, along with my son and today's cameraman, Jyoti Kriplani, signing off.
Clap,
Thank you
clap,
so
clap.
much.
Good job, good job.